Agreed. It's okay to recognize someone, but there is a fine line between recognizing and worshiping. This also happened with President Trump. We are to worship the Creator. I don't think it happened with Trump. I don't. Because I think there were so many Trump supporters that are Christians that had the bumper stickers, the T-shirts, the signs that were saying, Jesus is my savior, Trump is my president. Christians with common sense were making that very clear. The Christians that lack common sense were at that spectacle the day before yesterday. So the Trumps made this worse. They made it worse. As much as I haven't, I had said several days ago I've lost all respect for them. Well, I backtracked on that because I realized that Trump can't ignore that radical right, and that is what Charlie Kirk was pushing. That is, and that bothered me enough but the biggest thing that pisses me off is getting up there. And again, I support him, but he did go down in some pegs of me having respect for him, because he was wrong in this area. All the Trump men were wrong about this. And the reason they were wrong is they allowed their conflict of interest and their love for Charlie Kirk to blur the lines and turn him into this great faith person. And look, he was twisting doctrine because of his radical views. I mean, it's one thing, okay, you're just getting it wrong, but they were major things. And yet, when Trump then supports that as this is what faith looks like, this was a great man of faith, and let's give him the Medal of Freedom. Well, that upsets people that truly walk with God, because we were calling Charlie Kirk out, and yet you're praising him and yet he was deliberately pushing that life began at conception. And again, they brought that in because Republicans got with the church in the late 1970s to say we have to get rid of abortion. But regardless of abortion, put abortion aside, it's very clear in the Bible when life begins. And he wanted to ignore that and said, let's go with what the science says. And then Trump comes along and says, this was a great man of faith. He will go down as this martyr. And it's like, stop it. Because then you make yourself look not as righteous anymore. Because you've allowed, and it's all of them, because both Don Jr. and Eric were close to Kirk. So, and everything I've heard them talk about, it's like, just stop it. Stop ramming it down people's throat. But more than that, if they truly wanted to be righteous, they would admit that they allowed their conflict of interest and their love for Charlie Kirk to blur the lines, because there are great people of faith in this country, and those people see that as a slap in our face and in God's. Don't think, God tests all of us, but God tests the presidents too, the leaders. He does, even more so them. And I'm not saying God would be done with Trump, no, but this one he got wrong. This one he got wrong. Because there's just no way around that. You don't want to have people promoting a doctrine of you don't want to make the excuse that, well, they were, Charlie Kirk was spreading the word. First of all, that's not what he started out as. It wasn't some prophet. So that's the other mistake, is that, he was killed for his faith, and he was full of faith. No, he was twisting doctrine. So when you support that, then for true Christians in America, it's like, that's not cool, Trump. You're letting your love for Charlie Kirk blur the lines. That one he got wrong. Doesn't mean I don't support him, but he shouldn't have done it.